This is KGW News at 4.
I told my granddaughter, I said, baby, there's nothing we can do but jump. When I looked out, all of this was just flamed up. There's only one way in, one way out.
Just a harrowing story of escaping the flames of an apartment fire by jumping from 3 stories up. That fire started early Sunday morning at the Heidi Manor Apartments at Northeast 22nd and Weidler. 2 people died and several more got hurt. Our Tim Gordon has details on the investigation.
3:30 in the morning on the 4th of July, a blaze that put 120 Portland firefighters into action, trying to stop an inferno and save lives at the same time. Fire investigators are still determining the cause. They've heard from several neighbors who heard fireworks going off before the fire started. Barbara Lamorticella saw flames from where she was house sitting across the street. First, she saw a glow.
I phoned 911, and by the time the conversation was over, the whole thing went up like a torch. It was so fast. It just blazed so fast.
Lamorticella eventually evacuated with the help of Portland police, but not before she saw a man burned and half-clothed, laying in the apartment driveway.
And this image will always be in my mind of what happened with him. He started to roll, and he very slowly, and I think now he was trying to get away from the heat.
She says first responders performed CPR on the man before he was taken away by ambulance. Meanwhile, other residents of the apartments were trying to escape however they could.
It's just amazing. It just moved so fast.
Among them, 64-year-old Patricia Patterson and her 19-year-old granddaughter, Andrea.
She just moved here from Philadelphia to live with me. And this happens.
There are 3 buildings that make up the Heidi Manor complex. Patricia and Andrea's place was in the one building that was not completely destroyed. But they were on the top floor and trapped by fire.
You just have to have faith?
Yeah, it's like, I told my granddaughter, I said, baby, there's nothing we can do but jump. When I looked out, all of this was just flamed up. There's only one way in, one way out. So we had no choice. We had no choice but to jump.
Patricia, who came back today with a relative, says her granddaughter jumped first, breaking a bone in her foot. Patricia went next with help from neighbors.
I saw this guy come out of his apartment, and I was just yelling, help, help, help. He came over, and then another neighbor came, and they broke my fall.
Just with their bodies?
Yeah. Once I realized that someone was there, I just let go.
The landing did cause a sprained ankle and bruises all over, but Patricia and her granddaughter will be okay. It was an honor to speak with her today.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate humanity, and I'm so glad you're alive.
Yes, me too. I'm thankful I'm not worried about I don't have anything with me, everything.
Is this all you have?
This is it.
Patricia's hoping there may be something worth saving in their apartment. In Northeast Portland, Tim Gordon, KGW News.
Incredibly, no one was hurt when someone fired more than 80 rounds in a Northeast Portland neighborhood. The shooting happened Saturday night on Northeast Wygant Street between 7th and 8th Avenue. That's right next to King Elementary School. Police shared this picture from the scene. They found bullet casings all over the street. 4 apartments and 4 cars were hit. Now, this is the 579th shooting incident in Portland this year. That's more than twice the number compared to the same time last year. Family members of a man shot and killed on Rocky Butte last week want answers. Whoever killed him is still out there. Galen Etlin has the family's message for Portland.
The quiet scene at Joseph Woodhill Park on June 28th does not show the pain here. Portland police found Alex Henze dead, shot early in the morning on Rocky Butte. He was just 20 years old.
It hurts like losing a brother.
Brandon Henze is Alex's cousin. They grew up together.
He loved with all of his heart, and he thought everyone had good in their heart.
A GoFundMe page set up by another cousin says Alex was supposed to meet someone at the park, but was instead set up. Police are investigating and have not released much more. They don't know who did this. Does that make this harder?
Yeah. I'm not sure all of what he was into, and I'm not sure what he was doing and everything like that. But, I mean, in order for something like that to happen, you've got to be hanging out with someone in the wrong crowd at one time or another.
The GoFundMe page says Alex was recently working to get his life back on track for his 1-year-old daughter. Crime Stoppers offers up to $2,500 for information that leads to arrest in unsolved crimes like this one. But for those left behind,
I hope the person who did this feels bad enough that they come forward.
the bullet keeps going.
Or anybody who knows anything about it, please come forward.
In the pain, they do see it here.
Alex's family loved him a lot. We do love him and we miss him.
I'm sorry that you're going through that.
It's okay.
But they know the light Alex shared
Growing up, he would just try to make everybody smile and make everybody happy.
carries on with them tomorrow. Galen Etlin, KGW News.
Let's go to Clark County now. Fireworks may have played a role in a fire that destroyed an old church, a home, and a lifetime worth of collecting. It happened in Battleground. Pat Doris reports.
Video shot by Steve Slocum and posted on his Facebook page show the awful flames that engulfed his property early Monday morning.
Yeah, you know. And,
As a retired professional photographer,
I shot some video of.
he could not resist capturing the awful scenes. This is what his property used to look like. The church building is decades old. It served as an astronomy shop most recently. Steve bought the land and building 7 years ago and used the church building to store antiques and collectibles, which he also posted online.
It was
I found him
hot.
sitting on a neighbor's step.
Oh, well, it's going. It's, you know, it's not really sunk in, but, you know, I had a lot of stuff and it's all gone.
He lives on the property with his sister and nephew. Things went wrong around 2:30 a.m.
My nephew and I were out in back of the church talking and we heard a big bang and, you know, figured it was just, you know, one of the big firecrackers. And I went into the house and he was sitting out there and he comes running in the house a few minutes later and says the church is on fire.
It didn't take long for the heat to spread flames to every building on the property. From the roadway, you'll notice Slocum is not just a traditional collector. He has a quirky sense of humor and likes mannequins and dolls. That may have made him a target. A neighbor's video camera caught what may be fireworks being shot at his property.
That shows a vehicle stopping and what may appear to be flaming materials coming from the vehicle. So we know at this time it's a human-caused fire, but the Clark County Fire Marshal will make final determination on the cause.
As you can see, the gentleman collects quite a bit.
The fire chief showed us around the grounds. The place is covered with things that Slocum collected over the years, and all those things burning kept fire crews and media crews on their toes.
When you've got a building, and that's the outline of the church, fully involved here, the amount of heat that's generated, the explosions that go off continuously, it's probably more cans of whatever's back in there.
And it's all gone.
Slocum said it all happened so fast he was barely able to get his dog Frank out of the house.
I was able to go in and get my dog at one point, and but I should have grabbed my hard drives and stuff like that, you know, because all of that, it's got my whole photography career, you know, is stored digitally now, and it's all gone.
He said the photos were not backed up to the cloud. Yes, he does have insurance, but it's too soon to know what he'll do next. Steve Slocum said he spent his life collecting this, and now it's gone. Hopefully, whoever started this fire will be caught. Near Battleground, Pat Doris, KGW News.
The U.S. fell just short of President Biden's 4th of July COVID vaccination goal. He wanted 70% of adults to have at least one dose of the vaccine and 160 million to be fully vaccinated. Well, as of this morning, just over 67% of adults have at least one dose, so we were close, and slightly more than 150 million are now fully vaccinated. However, Oregon did reach a key milestone with vaccines. State officials say 70% of adults now have had at least one shot. That's more than 2.3 million people. The Oregon Health Authority says its goal now is to fully vaccinate 80% of the people here. Infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci says 99.2% of recent COVID deaths in the U.S. involved people who were not vaccinated. On NBC's Meet the Press, Dr. Fauci said it's tragic that most deaths could have been prevented.
That you'll see some who are vaccinated and still get into trouble and get hospitalized and die, but the overwhelming proportion of people who get into trouble are the unvaccinated, which is the reason.
Well, in areas where the vaccination rate is low, Dr. Fauci predicts a spike in COVID cases, and he still recommends wearing a mask in those areas. The COVID-19 Delta variant is becoming more prevalent around the country. The CDC estimates it represents 20% of all cases, and that number will likely keep going up. Brandon Lewis verifies what this means for all of us.
The Centers for Disease Control calls the Delta variant a variant of concern and is warning of a potential surge in COVID-19 cases if vaccination rates don't increase. Verify viewer Ellen wants to know, can a fully vaccinated person transmit the Delta variant to an unvaccinated person? So Ellen, let's verify. Our sources are the CDC, the World Health Organization, and the Los Angeles Department of Public Health. The Delta variant was first identified in India and is about 50% more transmissible than the Alpha variant, which is now the dominant strain in the United States.
Delta is the most transmissible of the variants identified so far and is spreading rapidly among unvaccinated populations.
That's why the CDC is warning we could see a new surge in COVID-19 cases if vaccination rates don't increase. The good news is the current vaccines are effective at preventing severe illness or death from the Delta variant. But that's an important distinction. The CDC explains in general, quote, a small percentage of people who are fully vaccinated will still get COVID-19 if they are exposed to the virus, unquote. Those are called breakthrough cases, and in some instances, the person doesn't even know that they're sick and potentially able to spread the virus to an unvaccinated person. In response to the Delta variant, Los Angeles public health officials are now strongly recommending everyone, even vaccinated people, resume wearing masks indoors again. So, Ellen, we can verify it's true. A vaccinated person can transmit the Delta variant to an unvaccinated person, but they're far less likely to do so because they are vaccinated. Remember, many communities have same-day appointments for vaccines, which can help stop the spread of COVID-19. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis. Want something verified? Email us or send us a text. For more Verify stories or to sign up for our newsletter, go to verifythis.com.